Now, the talk lineup, WHIO.
Can I turn on your radio?
Yes, already.
It's almost showtime.
Who's your favorite talk radio personality?
That's Todd.
He's weird.
Mondays through Fridays.
He's strange.
5 to 7.
Sloppy.
I mean, he sounds perfect.
He's dreamy.
What do you say? Let's get it going.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Who wants to have some fun? I do. Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. We got the live stream up and running on Facebook, YouTube, and Stitch. If you can figure out how to get to Stitch. I set up an account. I still don't know what to do with Stitch. But we're on there. Guess it's for the young kids. And you can always email me, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. So tonight on the show, we've got some ice racing tickets to give away up at Troy's Hobart Arena with a current events quiz. We also have, we got mail call. I got a couple of interesting emails. One about an emotional support dog that belongs to a soon-to-be grandma. We'll talk about that. And also, I got an email about a story we had last night. We had a story about a mom who named her kid Juliet, which is fine, but had a strange name spelling. Just a very odd spelling. And people were kind of like, well, why would you do something crazy like that? Well, she did, but we've got an email in regards to that. And we have another car into a building, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. What I wanted to start off with tonight, I've been a radio DJ for a long time. Since 1990 is when I started. And over the years, I've worked at a variety of music stations, top 40 stations, alternative rock stations, and news talk stations on the air as a DJ. One of the artists that I played a heck of a lot was Eric Carmen. And this morning, my wife and I, we woke up, it was like, 6 o'clock, 6:30. And she says, oh, Eric Carmen died. And I was like, oh, no, because I really liked Eric Carmen. He had a couple of big hits, huge hits. You might remember some of these. I'm going to play a couple seconds of I love this one. Make Me Lose Control. And this next one, boy. Great song, a little depressing, but it was a big hit. And this one you'll remember from Dirty Dancing. You just see Patrick Swayze swaying his hips. Yeah. He apparently died at the age of 74. According to his family, he passed in his sleep. That is the way to go. That's the way you want to go. He was also the lead singer of the Raspberries, which candidly, it was a little before my time. I mean, I knew he had been a lead singer of that band, but it was just a little too before me to really be into pop music. And then there's this song that you might recall.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around.
Wait. No, that's not Eric Carmen. You've just been rickrolled. But this song was number one on this date in 1988. For 2 weeks, number one. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. But yeah, so that was sad. Another 80s, 70s, 80s pop star passes away. Eric Carmen at the age of 74. 937-457-1290. We have an Ohio man. He's Ohio man, causing chaos is his plan. Breaking all the laws, on the run from dusk to dawn. I just looked out the studio window, and Jason Michaels was out through the studio window here, trying to get my attention. I think he thought that I believed that Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up" was Eric Carmen. That was funny. That was good. Oh my goodness. You probably saw this Ohio man story in the news. Ohio man causing mayhem at the nation's capital last Friday. 33-year-old guy was taken into custody after he allegedly brought a hammer into the U.S. Capitol. Cops there say the Canton, Ohio man was passing through the visitor center screening area when an officer noticed the hammer inside the man's backpack and went through it. Or went through the x-ray machine. When another officer tried to do a second screening to look inside the bag, that's when the man lost it, became combative, and tried to grab the bag. Several officers stepped in to stop the man as a struggle broke out, and officers had to use their stun guns. Oh, an Ohio man got stunned at the nation's capital. He's now facing numerous charges. Investigators were still working to find out why he came to the Capitol with a hammer in his bag. Well, clearly he was there to hang drywall. I mean, that's why you carry hammers around, right? In case you ever need to hang drywall. That's bright. That's bright. Because here's the thing. You got to know going into the Capitol that there's going to be x-ray machines. So if you're carrying a weapon of some sort, like a hammer, just keep that in mind. You're probably not going to make it through. Not going to make it through. 937-457-1290 is the number. If you haven't heard, this is kind of exciting. We are hosting it's a private party. And you can win this private party. It's for the eclipse. It's happening on April 8th, of course, because that's when the eclipse is. It wouldn't make sense to do it the day before or the day after. You can register to win this, and it's brought to you by Frickers and Grismer Tire and Auto. And you and 20 of your friends or relatives or coworkers or just random people that you might want to fill up. And I say that because I had somebody comment on the post last night. Do I have to bring 20 friends? I don't have 20 friends. And I said, well, no, you don't. I will fill it up. I will invite some people and we'll make new friends. I'm all about making new friends here on the Evening Edge. You will get a catered viewing party to watch the eclipse from Frickers. You're also going to get a $50 gift card from Frickers and 4 free oil changes from Grismer Tire and Auto. And all you got to do is just go to eveningedgetodd.com. Just scroll down a little bit. It's on the page, the web page, and you'll see a really cool Evening Edge I Got Mooned Eclipse Party logo. You just click on that, and then you can register. And as I said last night, because someone questioned it, you can register every single day. Every single day. I think the contest runs through maybe April 3rd, I think, or something like that. Just enough time to give whoever wins an opportunity to try to recruit 20 friends. But it's going to be fun, and it's going to be out in the front lawn of WHIO. So, I mean, literally, you'll be able to see the studio from the front yard, and you'll be able to see the eclipsing sun. So it's a pretty cool deal. I'm excited about this. This was kind of, I don't want to say thrown together, but we were going to do something. And then our ops manager, Nick Roberts, said, hey, why don't you do a party? Why don't we have a party and we'll get it catered? And we'll have goodies to give away and all kinds of fun things. So that's what we're doing. And between now and then, if you think we talk about the eclipse a lot now, just wait. Prepare yourself. We're going to have also, by the way, this is cool, a big giveaway here in a week or two, and we'll have details on it, on how you can get free Eclipse glasses. Because you can't just wear, you can't wear sunglasses. You can't wear the glasses that you used for the last partial eclipse that we had. I think it was 2017. They're different. It's a whole different thing. Because of the angle of the moon and the sun, those glasses won't work. If you do, you'll burn your eyes out. And we don't want you to burn your eyes out. So go to eveningedgetodd.com and you can register to win the Evening Edge I Got Mooned Solar Eclipse Private Party.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Paul. Hi, Heather. Hey, Funk Skunky. That was Cartman. Cartman. Yeah, that's a great song. Make Me Lose Control. I love that song. I like that better than Hungry Eyes. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Hey, Ulrich. That's funny, Heather. I'm actually going to talk about Dirty Dancing here in a minute because of my experience with it. Joel, what do you mean you're sitting on a bench eyeing? What are you eyeing? You guys doing anything for St. Patrick's Day? I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joel. Corned beef and cabbage. Oh, boy, I haven't had corned beef and cabbage in a long time. Yum. Is your sex drive more like a putt? Beer. I love that, the beer run. Doesn't seem like it'd be two things you do together, but
County will have the latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
I'm just trying to make a living.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Just talking about the passing of Eric Carmen. Yeah, he was the lead singer of this band, the Raspberries. I remember this one. Dirty and gritty, that's what this sounds like to me.
Never knew how complete it could be. She kissed me and said, baby, please go away. It feels so right.
Love it. We were discussing his other hit solo songs, including Hungry Eyes from Dirty Dancing. And I'll never forget, I had a kind of a strange experience involving that movie. I was dating a girl in high school, and that movie came out. And it was all the rage. Everybody was talking about Dirty Dancing, and Patrick Swayze was all over the place, and Jennifer Grey. You know, they were all over TV. It was just crazy. And my girlfriend and I wanted to see this movie. Well, her mom and dad, being good parents, said, okay, before you and Todd go see this movie, we're going to watch it first, because we want to make sure that it's not too over the top for a couple of teenagers. So they watched the movie, and guess what? We never saw the movie together. You know, like, nope, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But yeah, that was my Dirty Dancing experience, such as it was. Are you a fan of the Lego? You like the Lego? You know, I liked Legos when I was little, but I was sort of before the age of themed Legos. The only Legos that we had were the bricks. They were red, they were yellow, they were white, they were blue. I think that might be it. I don't remember if there were any other color Legos at the time. I think I had one of those green squares that you could build everything on. But we didn't have the Star Wars Legos. We didn't have the, Batman and Robin. We didn't have any of that. We just had regular bricks. And but my son, he fell in love with Legos, and this was, that was his sweet spot. He had all these Lego sets. I remember the big one that we got was the Wright Flyer. And that was, I don't know, like 1,000 pieces or something crazy like that. And it took us a while to build it. And then I was working at Channel 7 and we were doing a promo using action figures. And we had this crazy idea of having the A-Team, Mr. T, fly the Wright Flyer, but then he would crash. So we did it. We shot it, won an award for it. But after the plane crashed to do 1,000 pieces, we never put it back together. Somewhere in a garage somewhere, there's a giant bag of Wright Brother Lego pieces. But the reason I bring Lego up in northern Pennsylvania, a Goodwill there was going through a bag of old jewelry that somebody had dropped off. And they found what looked to be, and it was a Bionicle mask. Now, Bionicle was one of those themed Lego sets. And they thought, and it was like a pendant. They thought, it's kind of cool. All right, we'll put it online. They listed it online for $14.95. Now, it's a pretty good deal. Maybe if you're a Lego fan and you're a Lego collector, that might be something that you want. Well, then people started to ask if they could buy it for $1,000. And they're like, well, wait a second. This is just a Lego mask what is this about? Well, they did their research, and apparently it was an extremely rare solid gold Bionicle mask that Lego only made 30 of, gave some away, and the rest they gave to employees. So somebody probably unknowingly donated this to Goodwill. They turned around and sold it for $18,100. For a little, and this is like a pendant. It's not like a big mask, right? It's not like a gold mask. It's like a little pendant. So that mask became the most expensive Lego piece ever sold at an auction. Apparently, a number of years ago, there was a 14-karat solid gold brick, like a little brick, that sold for $15,000. So somebody, I'm sure, in northern Pennsylvania is kicking themselves right now for getting rid of that necklace.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T. Oh.
Double D. H.
Oh.
Double L.
S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh, sorry. Had the mic off. Anyway, what I was saying, I said, hey, John, how you doing? I see your message. I get your messages, by the way, that you leave me. I listen to them. I don't have the beard anymore. I got tired of it. It was itchy. Plus my wife, though she likes me wearing a beard. She also likes my smooth baby face. So there you go. And then Lana, yes, I found that one too. And I'm trying to find one that's just says you'll burn your eyes out. And I don't know if there's one out there. I know that one says she'll burn your eyes out. But I have to keep looking. I've got to do a promo for that for the contest. See what the weather's going to be this weekend. I want to know if I'll be able to sit out on my patio, out on my big deck. Saturday, 56. Little chilly in the evening to be out there. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Clinton. Fattest cities in Ohio. Well, there you go. That just
free.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
Everybody, could I have your attention, please?
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Now, hold on, dummy. Just you listen to me.
Now, listen to me carefully.
You boys got something to say to me? Why don't you talk into the microphone?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Got a current events quiz. If you'd like to take the quiz, you can win yourself a 4-pack of tickets to World Championship Ice Racing. Saturday, March 23rd at Troy's Hobart Arena. Tickets available at hobartarena.com. And it's guys on motorcycles, and the tires have like little spikes in them. And they go racing around the ice track and thrash the ice. It's a lot of fun to watch. So if you'd like to take the current events quiz, win those tickets, 937-457-1290. Just be the 5th caller, and we'll get you on the air here. You take the quiz. Coming up on Saturday, March 30th at Woodman Lanes. That's Polking Woodman Lanes on Woodman Avenue. It is the Evening Edge Make a Strike Against Heart Disease and Stroke Bowling event. And if you'd like to come out and participate, it's $150. You put your team together, you come out and you bowl. And you help us raise money for the American Heart Association and its Go Red for Women's campaign. It's from noon to 2. I can feel it. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, my goodness. Must be that time of the year. I don't know what the story is. Anyway, $150 for your team. We're going to have a Bowling for Dollars competition. If you hit a strike, you go in for a chance to win a $100 gift card. So go to eveningedgetodd.com and register your team. Again, we're making a strike against heart disease and stroke for the American Heart Association and its Go Red for Women campaign. Holy cow. Ugh. All right, we got Barb on the phone. Hey, Barb, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, man, you just missed my coughing fit.
Oh.
Yeah. So you want to take the current events quiz?
I do.
All right, let's get it going.
God. Listen, everybody.
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Quiz, hot shot.
Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Thank you very much, Norm Kelly, official announcer of the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz. Maybe that should be one of the new rules to the Evening Edge drinking game. If you hear the coughing song, you take a drink. Could be. All right, Barb, you're playing for a 4-pack of tickets to the World Championship Ice Racing Saturday, March 23rd, Troy's Hobart Arena.
Cool.
And tickets are available at hobartarena.com. Now, have you ever played the current events quiz, Barb?
I think I did one other time.
You think you did? How could you forget being on the show?
Well, I was on the show, but I don't know what. I think I took it and I had to pick C.
Oh, yes, that is it. That is it. The other quiz, that we sometimes play is what is it called? I think I got it right here. Let me just hang on.
It's time to play the Miami Valley's most contagious game show, Board Game or Disease.
Oh, that's right. Board Game or Disease. I couldn't remember. I couldn't.
Well, I won air show tickets. So
Oh!
I know it was something like this.
Yeah, okay, I got you. All right. Well, tonight's 3 questions all have to do with science. Barb, were you any good in science when you were in school?
I did okay in science, but chemistry, I had a friend that had to help me because it just went right over top of my head.
Well, you're lucky because none of these have to do with chemistry.
Good.
Good. All right. Here's question number 1. In a first-of-its-kind space experiment, scientists have begun studying how to, A, have sex in zero gravity, B, shoot guns in zero gravity, or C, examine bloodstained splatter or spatter in zero gravity?
C.
You got it. They say these types of tests may aid in investigating, are you ready for this? Extraterrestrial crimes.
I'm not
Really?
saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
Or other accidents that could happen at a space station or shuttle.
Really?
Yeah. It's a new field called astroforensics.
Really?
Yeah, try to work that into a conversation this week. Astroforensics. Okay,
I have to Google it.
Okay. Well, I just kind of told you what it is. The study of crimes in space.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, here's question number 2, Barb. Entomologists have recently discovered that cicadas exhibit behavior also found in humans. Yeah. A, male cicadas like female cicadas with big booty. B, they nap after mating. Or C, they pee in a steady stream.
Oh my gosh. C.
You are right. And you know what's funny is the female cicadas are always bitching about the male cicadas missing the toilet. It's crazy. See, it's universal.
Those
apparently,
are the ones
Barb.
that only come back every 7 years or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah. We had it a couple of years ago. Remember that when during the plague, it was the COVID and it was the cicadas. It was a lot to handle that year.
Yeah, and they made a ton of noise.
Oh, they did. And very crunchy when you walk across the parking lot. Yeah.
We used to
but
boat
good
up
on
in
salad.
Lake Erie.
Yeah.
And they had the mayflies, and we'd get off the boat and you would crunch them. They'd be
Ooh.
all over your face, your head.
Wow.
It was awful. It was always in May, and it's not good fishing because they land on the water and the fish eat them. So if you need to fish, they're already full.
Right.
Yeah.
Question number 3. A U.S.-based biosciences company announced this week that they have made a momentous step forward in their quest to clone A, Triple Crown winner Secretariat, B, Elvis Presley, or C, a woolly mammoth.
Oh my gosh. C.
A woolly mammoth, that is correct.
Oh my gosh.
They revealed that they have reprogrammed cells from an Asian elephant, the mammoth's closest living relative, into an embryonic state. So I guess now all they need is a sperm sample from a woolly mammoth.
Oh, are they still living?
No, but they're frozen on the tundra of Antarctica. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Barb. You're the winner.
You.
Hang on the line, and we'll get your details, and we'll get those tickets out to you. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Hang on the line, and that's how you play the current events quiz. We have some mail.
Sit back down and shut your trap. It's time for mail call.
Message for you, son.
You should see a fan mail.
You got a message. I got your letter.
Amazing what you can accomplish by mail.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
If you'd like to send me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Messenger at eveningedgetodd. I'm also on Instagram as well, so you can, or TikTok. You can get your messages to me anyway. Or you can leave them on my voicemail at work. You'll just have to find the number. Hey, Todd, I know how you love dogs. Yes, here's our dog, Lily. We are expecting my daughter and son-in-law are expecting a baby in May. Obviously, we're all very excited for the baby to come, but my son-in-law's mother not only wants to be in the room at the time, well, that's weird, but she always wants to bring her dog with her wherever she goes. This is her first grandchild, and she considers her dog her emotional support animal. So, okay, my mother isn't a big fan, or my daughter isn't a big fan of the idea, my wife, and I think it's bonkers. My son-in-law isn't sure what to tell her mom. He doesn't want her to be angry, but as they say, happy wife, happy life. So from what I'm taking, and by the way, this is from Dwayne in West Milton. We love your show. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that. So from what I can, trace here in this email is that Grandma, the mom of the son, wants to bring her dog into the delivery room when her daughter-in-law has their baby. Well, first of all, I don't know that hospitals will let you bring a dog into a delivery room. I mean, when my son was born, I don't think that there was anybody else in there other than me and the nurses and the doctor. And of course, my ex-wife. But there were no relatives in there. I guess you could have relatives in there, but I don't think hospitals will let you bring your dog. And I don't know if an emotional support dog is enough of a reason to, I guess if the dog was like a seeing eye dog or something like that, or, would protect you if you had some sort of seizure or whatever. Okay. But I don't know that, I don't think that would work. We're out of time here. I've got another email, but I'll save it for later. 937-457-1290. Coming up, we got another car into a building. If you're keeping track, you'll want to hear about this. Also, this morning, I heard on Miami Valley's Morning News, they had the top 10 list of worst songs. And there's a few new entries because we do this every year, but there's a few new songs that have made the list.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
WHIO news time is 5:51. Now your Storm Center 7 forecast.
We'll have some high-level cloud cover around, but we stay dry. Temperatures this evening will be quite mild in the 60s, cooling to the mid-40s overnight. Into Wednesday, another day with a mix of sun and clouds, quite warm with a high near 70 degrees.
Sharon, I'll probably get to that some point.
Station,
usually something like that I do on a specific day, like
Doppler 7 radar. It's all clear around the Miami Valley.
Maybe there's
now.
like national
TV 67 in Tipp City and 68 in Dayton.
Theme day or
this traffic report is.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Clinton. Thanks, Lana. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, Heather. Everybody take a drink. Buttons. Anyway, as I was saying, and you couldn't hear me, playing the TV theme songs. I may do that at some point. It ties into a specific day, like maybe it's National TV Theme Day or something like that. Or maybe it's the the new season of TV shows is beginning or something like that. Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that. Thanks, Lana. I try to remember to hit the buttons, but I just have so many things to do in here. It's just so much. It's so much. Yeah, I guess. I'll be right back. I got to run to the printer real quick. All right. Hi, Denise. How you doing? Leslie, I'm not going to win a major radio award. I appreciate that. You saying that, but talk radio's too infiltrated with political people. You know, it's like everybody does politics. That's all they talk about. That's all they think about. But is what it is. The only award I need is your listenership. I mean it sincerely.
From the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios, breathe easy. Choose McAfee. WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill.
More accolades for the Dayton Flyers today. We'll have the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
At best, you're an underachiever at a local radio station.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, I want to give a shout out to Ron Otto, who just sent me a story. I saw a update on News Center 7 about this kid that was found having spent the night in a Target up near Columbus. I think it was in Reynoldsburg. Now, yesterday, we had a lot of questions. First of all, the story yesterday, and I know I am 100% correct. It said the kid was 7. And that was alarming because I thought, oh my gosh, there's a 7-year-old kid on the loose and nobody knows where he's at. He finds himself stuck in a Target. What's going on? Why didn't anybody issue a missing persons? Did his parents leave him there on intentionally? Well, the story that we have now is one, the kid was 12. Not 7, which makes me think that this was the kid's doing. 100%. A 12-year-old has the wherewithal to hide inside a Target store and not be seen, and then come out after everybody's gone and just have run of the place. Second of all, apparently the parents did issue a missing persons report on Sunday. So the police knew about the missing kid. The kid was old enough to know better. I'm sorry, a 12-year-old knows better not to stay inside a store 24 or, overnight. Not 24/7, but overnight. The kid knows not to do that. So now the question really is, what's the story with Target security? Right? You would think that there'd be somebody there that would be able to track a 12-year-old. I guess I'd like to know where he was hiding. Was he in the dressing rooms? Was he in one of the back rooms and, hidden? Did he climb and fry inside one of the refrigerator? I mean, where was he hiding? Inside the Starbucks? Is there a Starbucks there? The return counter? I mean, think about that. Think about next time you go to Target with your kids, ask them to go play hide and seek and have them find all the places that you can hide in a Target and not be seen by security.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All righty. Well, that's a good question, obviously, Lana. What's the story with his parents? But in their defense, and I didn't know this yesterday, they didn't make that known in the story. They at least called the police and said, hey, we can't find our kid. Well, he probably took off. And that's what I'm saying is this kid knows. Oh, he's 12. Being 12, I had a 12-year-old. I think my 12-year-old would have been completely Well, it's in that Target is in Reynoldsburg. It's near Columbus. So, I mean, maybe he lived somewhere that was, walking distance. I mean, the Target in Beaver Creek, close to where I live, there are apartments like right behind there. So Big Slim Moody asked the question, whatever happened to the British dude you used to DJ with? You're talking about Sean Vincent, and Sean and I, we're still friends. We still see each other from time to time. In fact, Sean has been on this show a couple of times. He's come on and we've just talked about our old show, and then we've talked about other stuff going on in the news and whatnot. But yeah, I still talk to Sean all the time. We text mainly. We'll hear something funny or see something weird or whatever, and sends me a message. Well, we have Wallet Hub's most overweight and obese cities in the United States. Let's see here. Let's see. Canton, Youngstown. Let's see. Ooh, there's Akron, there's Toledo, there's Dayton, there's Columbus, there's Cincinnati, there's Cleveland. Wow. Is there any more in Ohio? I think we got all the major cities. Nope, Dayton's on the list. Dayton or Dayton. Let's see. Indy's on there. That's a good one to talk about or to mention. Indy. The top 10 are all in the South. Actually, the top 12, all in the South. Let's see. I don't know if Tampa did. These aren't in alphabetical order, so I got to scan them here. Yep, Tampa, 76. 76 on the list. I'll tell you. Well, I'll just go through it on the air. Ooh, it's connection to the selection. Wow. Fancy. Ugh.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's Todd. It's Todd, honey.
He's funny.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
On the radio?
You can tell she likes Todd for Todd.
Well, not real character, that one.
Todd, let's do this.
Get the show started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Dayton drivers keep on crashing, colliding into homes and stores. Every week, another thrashing leaves the building feeling sore. Our city streets, complete madness. How did it become this way? I don't get all the confusion between the gas pedal and the brake. This Miami Valley madness is hard to comprehend. Drivers smashing Dayton buildings, such an ugly trend. People, we must take a stand. Cars out of control, crashing through the city of Dayton. That's a house, not a drive-through. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Put your stupid cell phone down. This ain't the time for a Snapchat. So reckless and wild. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Crashing through the city of Dayton. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Coming up this hour, just after 6:30, my friend Ryan Roth is going to be on the show. And Ryan, he's been on before. He is a Elvis tribute performer. Or an Elvis impersonator. I'm going to ask him that question because I wonder if he prefers tribute performer opposed to impersonator. Doesn't seem like there would be a difference, but I think there might be a difference. But we're going to talk to him because this is cool. He's going to an event this weekend in Branson, Missouri. And he is one of, I think, maybe 20 Elvis performers who have been invited to this event. And this is like a big, big deal. This is like one of the only Elvis performing events, tribute events that the Elvis Presley company supports. So he got invited to that. So we're going to talk to him about that. But we do have a car into a building, and this actually happened over the weekend, but we didn't hear about it till today. The story's on WHIO.com. It was in Huber Heights. Driver was cited for several traffic violations after driving his truck through the garage of a Huber Heights home Saturday night. This happened on Rustic Woods Drive. Cops responded to reports of a vehicle into a building. They say the truck was traveling westbound on Taylorsville and attempted to make a left turn onto Rustic Woods. And, they turned a little too sharply and left the roadway and drove into the garage. But then the truck left the scene, which we put an asterisk next to. Whenever a vehicle or driver leaves the scene, it gets a different designation. When they tracked down the vehicle and found the driver, he was cited for OVI, failure to maintain reasonable control, leaving the scene, driving under suspension, and expired registration. Well, this guy, he is the full package. And, of course, our Crashing Dayton tally is brought to you by the good folks at Tires Unlimited.
Our name is Tires Unlimited. Oh, we have tires for every car upon the road. Yes, we have Tires Unlimited.
I love this jingle. I just can't get enough of it. Put this on my cell phone. Yeah. They have over 75 different brands that you can choose from. A great showroom there in Moraine and a new location opening very, very soon in Troy. And I hope to go up there and help them celebrate that. 937-457-1290. We got Mike in South Vienna. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Todd. Always enjoy the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. So what's happening?
I got a story. A guy was locked in a bank.
Oh, well, that's a good place to be locked, I guess.
Yeah, he was, this had been many years ago, and the guy was a rare coin dealer, and he went to a bank to appraise a collection, and they took him up on the second floor to a conference room, And he said he was there, appraising away.
Yeah.
And
they forgot about him.
Been here for a while, and he went downstairs, and everybody had left.
Wow. So
it was pre-cell phone days. He said he was knocking on the door, but people just walked past, nobody paid any attention.
Now
finally he just called the police. The police came and let him out.
See, that's an interesting question, because I'm sure there was some suspicion initially when the police showed up and this guy's like, "Hey, I got locked in here." I'm sure they're like, "Really? Come on now. You got in and now you can't get out." It's like one of those guys that tries to break into a building, falls through the roof, but then can't get out for some reason, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That he was, he said he was amazed when he discovered he was the only one there.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for your call, buddy. That line's open, 937-457-1290. Speaking of places that we, or people get locked in overnight, this actually came up on the show, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, because there was another story like that where somebody got locked in someplace. And I remember a caller called in and said that they had been drinking, had a few too many, went to the men's room to take care of their business. But while they were in the stall, they kind of passed out. And nobody went in after closing or at closing to make sure no one was in the men's room, I guess, and locked him in there overnight. I guess he finally I had to call the police, but again, that's one of those things. It's like you call the cops and you're like, "Hey man, I'm locked in here." Immediately they're thinking you knocked off the place for sure. 937-457-1290. All right. Well, Dayton has made another list, and it's not necessarily a good list. But we're not alone. The Buckeye State apparently is very, very beefy. Wallet Hub has put out their list of the most overweight and obese cities in the United States. Now, I will tell you this, good news, we're not in the top 25. I'm not going to run through all of them. I will tell you that McAllen, Texas is number one. All the rest in the top 12, all the South. You got Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Carolina, South Carolina. It's all the good fried chicken and all the deep fried love that you can find anywhere in the South, I'm sure. That has a lot to do with it. On the list from Ohio, number 18, Canton. Number 20, Youngstown. Then we go to number 32, Akron. Number 33, Toledo. Number 39, Dayton. Now, I think we've dropped, and I think it's because, in large part, our Krispy Kremes have closed. The donut shops have closed. You can still get them here, but they're just not as good. Just not as good. You go into a gas station and you see they got Krispy Kreme or the grocery store. Just not as good, at the stores as they are at the actual restaurant. So number 39 is Dayton. Number 40 is Columbus. Number 42 is Cincinnati. And rounding off the trifecta of obesity, number 46 is Cleveland, Ohio. So all of our major cities in the top 50. So that's not bad. That's not bad. 937-457-1290. Joe in Greenville. What's up, Joe?
Hey, I enjoy your show.
Oh, thank you.
Relief to hear.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, I set an alarm off one time. Years ago, I was delivering Rally's restaurants, and me and my helper did the one on Salem and Grand at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I opened the store up, and the alarm went off. And,
oh, wow.
They forgot to notify us that they changed their alarm code. And we made our whole delivery, 30, 40-minute delivery, and the alarm's going off the whole time. And Nobody ever did show up. We locked the store up and left.
Nobody showed up. Now, here's my question. I wonder if there was an alarm going off somewhere else. You know, like I don't know that it would be connected to the police station.
Well, I said I had done it before, set them off accidentally, and usually the alarm company calls the restaurant.
Yeah.
You answer the phone, say, hey, it's the delivery guy. It's not screwed up. And, you know, no big deal. But
yeah,
I figured the police would have showed up.
But no, a blaring alarm, I guess, wasn't enough to arouse the suspicion of anybody near that location.
Yeah, and it wasn't a real good neighborhood at the moment either.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. They're probably used to hearing that all the time.
Could very
Right?
well be.
It's like, I remember when cars first had alarms, they would go off in the parking lot, especially if you like lived in an apartment complex. They'd go off and people would be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You know, go out there, somebody breaking in, trying to find out whose car it is. Everybody was on alert. But then after, I don't know, 5 or 10 years of alarms going off every day, nobody goes out and looks.
Nobody pays attention.
Right. It's like, It's like, I know what my alarm sounds like. If it's not my car alarm, I don't care. I don't care. That's right. All right, Joe. I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
$70 degrees tomorrow. Holy cow. Clinton, I think the Kids Tornado Project speaks for itself. I don't think it needs any further discussion. I'll tell you this. I'll make this deal. I will mention that if you've ever helped your kid with a science project, you need to see the video on my Facebook page. How about that? I'm not going to go into exactly what it is. I'll pin it towards the top. Where is it? Let's see here. All right, there you go. All right, I've pinned it to the top, so people will be able to find it easily. Clinton, I think you would feel inclined to call. That's funny. That's funny, Jeff. That makes me laugh. Tired of you commenting on that stupid radio show? Get that garbage off my Facebook page. That's funny. I don't blame her, to be honest.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. You know, we just had that list from Wallet Hub, the top cities in the United States for being overweight and obesity, and all of our major cities are in the top 50. And I wonder, and I'm sure that there are people that have studied this, why certain parts of the country are heavier than other parts of the country. I guess you could say the first thing would be, well, maybe weather, right? In the colder climates, you don't get to go out and do as much. Like a lot of California cities are, healthier. Arizona, New Mexico, places like that, Colorado. But there's in the South, they don't have the winters that we do. So they're at the top of the list. And then there's other places like Minnesota. They're not in the top 50. Their cities aren't in the top 50. The Dakotas, I didn't see any of the cities in the top 50. I mean, I didn't go through it with a fine-tooth comb. New York State, not in the top 50. Eastern states, not in the top 50. What is it about? Is it education? Is it our selection of food? I mean, every place has fast food, right? Every place, a lot of places, we all commute, we all drive. I mean, except maybe in like New York City or DC, where many people in Chicago, they take the train. So they're walking to the train, they're walking off the train, they're walking to work. I mean, I remember going to France years ago and going to Paris, and I didn't see any fat people there. And I was like, well, why is this? Well, it's because they walk everywhere. In France and Paris in particularly, they walk everywhere. For every person with a car, there's like 10,000 people who aren't driving. So I don't know what it is. It's just kind of strange. I'm sure somebody knows, but I don't. 937-457-1290. Real quickly, I don't know if you saw this today. I've never stayed in an Airbnb. I don't know if we have a lot of Airbnbs in the Dayton area. I think Airbnbs, which is kind of hard to say, primarily places that people might go for vacation. I mean, other people might have Airbnbs. I think there actually might be one here in Dayton. I remember somebody bought a house and turned it into the theme was Friends. It looked like the inside of the Friends apartment or something. And they said, oh, it's going to be an Airbnb. But they came out today and said no longer will hosts, people who put their house on Airbnb, they will no longer be allowed to have indoor security cameras, which I would have thought there wouldn't have been security cameras for strangers coming into your house. But on the other hand, I don't want strangers in my house that I can't check on. But then on the other hand, I don't think they should be able to check on guests inside their house. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird sort of conundrum. You want to give people privacy. You want your privacy. You don't want somebody looking at you. But at the same time, you own the property. You don't want them screwing up your house while you're gone. There's a solution. Don't put your house up for Airbnb usage. Just don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need strangers going through your stuff.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
But here's the thing. I would agree with you, Heather, that there aren't as many things maybe to do in the Dayton area or Ohio as there are in some other places. You know, we don't have the beach. We don't really have the mountains. We don't have things like that, but we have a ton of parks where people go and people go hiking. There are ski hills within, the driving distance. I mean, there's stuff to do. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I've often thought, and I know how this is going to sound, okay? I happen to be one who believes that some obesity may be genetic. I mean, I grew up with two parents who were fit. I mean, they weren't like athletes, but they weren't heavy. My younger sister, and we're both adopted. She doesn't have a weight problem, has never had a weight problem. I was eating the same food as everybody else. I was active. I played sports. I played soccer year round. I was an active kid, but yet I was always pudgy. And it was so hard for me to lose weight, and it was so easy for me to put on weight. It wasn't until I found my adoptive family, my birth parents, and really my birth mom. I found her family. She had passed. But when I found them, all of them overweight, all of them thyroid problems. And my birth mother, had died because of congestive heart failure due to obesity. So it's just like, if there's a lot of people like that in an area, and we all sort of stay in the same area, and we all, breed with each other, I just wonder if we spread that genetic sequence around. I don't know. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just a thought. Certainly not scapegoating, but it's like, there's got to be a reason for it.
That.
Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say? We can't go on together with suspicious minds. And we can build our dreams on suspicious minds.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. You might think that was Elvis Presley. It was not. It was my friend Ryan Roth. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Ryan has been on the show before. And I asked this question a little while ago, Ryan. I don't know if you were listening. Do you prefer Elvis impersonator or do you prefer Elvis tribute performer?
Actually, it's Elvis Tribute Artist.
Oh, an artiste. She's an artiste.
Yeah, Elvis Tribute Artist.
Well, that's pretty cool. So, like I said, Ryan's been on before, and you've been doing this for a very, very long time. We're talking, what, 20 years? 30?
It's actually 15 years that I've been doing this.
See, I think you've been doing it longer than that. I think you're holding out on me.
I'm not.
I don't think
I'm not sandbagging.
So you've been doing this for a while, and you've performed all over the place. You've been all over the Miami Valley. You've been all through Ohio. I follow you on Facebook. It's Ryan Roth and the Comeback Special. That's their Facebook page. There's a lot of great videos on there that you can see of his performance. Now, I'll tell you, you go to shows like this, and I've seen a few, and lots of times what you'll get, and I understand if you're just starting out as a Elvis tribute artiste, is that you might have a karaoke machine there, and you've got all these karaoke songs, and you've got the outfit, and you're doing your thing, and that's a great way to start. And I'm assuming, did you start that way?
I did not.
Oh, you did not start. Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. This guy's got he's got his own band. I mean, and you got to see these videos. It's like, I was looking at one the other day, or I was earlier, but this happened. I mean, maybe a week or two ago. You were playing in a church somewhere, I think. And it was like an ocean of
Southbrook Church.
Ocean of people. It seemed like you were at the Mirage in Las Vegas, back in the day. It was pretty darn cool. So you've been doing this for 15 years, but the reason you're on the show tonight is that you're going to be participating in a really, really cool invitation only event. And because you're from here, Ryan and I grew up a few blocks from each other, so we knew each other growing up. I think this is pretty daggone fantastic. Tell us about this event that you're going to be performing at in Branson, Missouri.
Well, the event is sanctioned by Elvis Presley Enterprises as part of the Ultimate Elvis World Championship. And I believe there are somewhere around maybe 15 other contests all over the world, mainly in the United States, but in different countries, that the winner of each of those will then go compete in the finals for the World Championship in Memphis during what they call Elvis Week. And I believe it will be at the Orpheum in downtown Memphis. The band that is going to be backing us this week is the Legends in Concert band. It's going to be at the Pepsi Legends Theater, which incidentally used to be Dick Clark's American Bandstand Theater in Branson. And when you go to do these contests, most of them there will be a backing band, and there are two backing bands in the business that specifically do these Elvis festivals or competitions. They're the Expense Account Show Band or the Change of Habit tribute band. In this case, it's Legends in Concert, which they have different tribute artists that come in and do different characters. For example, we'll have the Blues Brothers there this week, and the Temptations, and then there's an Elvis, and I believe there's also a guy doing Johnny Cash in the shows. And the other thing that's really cool about this event is that Ronnie McDowell, who was the voice of Elvis for the 1978 Kurt Russell movie, he will be there, and he will be performing. He had a couple of hits. I think "Older Women Make Beautiful Lovers" was his biggest hit.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, and in any case, he'll be performing there, and then I believe he's also a judge. So I'm looking forward to getting to meet him. And but when you asked about how I started doing this, I actually had been approached because I'd made a recording similar to what you heard that sounded like Elvis, and somebody sent my tape into the Elvis, or CD into the Elvis Entertainers Network, and they called me in 2006 and wanted me to do Elvis.
Wow.
And I declined. And then about 3 years later, I decided to give it a try, and I called the lady up and said I'd like to try it. She said, we've got a contest out in Council Bluffs, Iowa at the Horseshoe Casino, and we'd love to have you come. We'll pay you $500 to come out and be in the concert or contest. And I went out there and I finished second.
So, okay, now hold on. So you knew you could sing like him. Did you have costumes or props or anything, or it was just you singing?
I had to go out for the contest.
Yeah.
I had to go out and I had to purchase jumpsuits, which they're not cheap. They're, anywhere from, $1,500 up to $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
So they're not cheap.
That's not like something you buy on Amazon, is what you're saying.
There's a specific company that makes these. It's called BK Enterprises, and it's over in Indiana, across the border from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And they actually purchased the patents to be able to make those costumes.
Wow.
So, you're supposed to go through them so that you're legally covered. Now, there are other companies that do it, and, they're sort of in danger probably of being sued.
Oh, wow.
So I go through them. I know it's going to be well made. They're going to last.
Right. Right.
I dyed my hair black, back in 2009 when I first started doing this, grew my sideburns out. It didn't look quite right. So eventually, I moved into, I got a wig from a place called New Roots Studios in Canada.
Okay.
Which their claim to fame is John Travolta buys his wigs from them.
That he wears every day.
Yeah, he wears it every day.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, because now you see him walking around with his head shaved.
Well, let me ask you a couple of questions, because we only got a few minutes here, and I just want to make sure I get all this stuff. So, you're doing this, and you're going to this competition. Now, the one thing I was on their website, and I saw that last year's winner was a guy by the name of Toki Toyo Kazu, and he was the winner of this competition, and he's a Japanese Elvis.
He's from Japan.
Wow. See, this is, Elvis is worldwide, obviously. And there's probably people, all nationalities, who do this.
Yes. And
that's crazy.
They had 60 people, 60 Elvis tribute artists send their videos and pictures and bios in to be, to vie to be in this contest.
Wow.
So they chose 20.
20, and you're one of them.
Guys, I think one of the gentlemen is from Venezuela, and then I'm not. There's a gentleman from another country, and then there's Toki, and coming from Japan, and I think it's great because I think it promotes inclusiveness and not just it's not just Americans that are doing
right.
Elvis.
Yeah, white guys.
People from all over. Yeah,
white guys. Right.
People from all over the world.
Look at
and I think that's one of the things. I just recently did a fundraiser for a World Fair, and I think this particular competition champions something that I like.
Yeah,
which is inclusivity.
Yeah, I got you. Now, you were talking about other tribute performers, tribute artists, such as you said, like Johnny Cash and the Temptations. You don't only do Elvis. I've seen on your Facebook that you do also Dean Martin.
Correct.
Roy Orbison.
Correct.
That is pretty cool. And you've got all the songs, you got the look, you got the outfit. That is remarkable.
It's a lot of fun to get to do that. You get to meet a ton of people and, make a little bit of money doing that. And it allows you to be able to perform in better venues. Nothing against bars, but it allows you to be able to perform in better venues than bars, local bars.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I mean, and the quality of audience is going to be bebetter too.
Right. And the one that I'm really looking forward to doing is Roy Orbison. With his show Black and White Night, I saw about 6 months before I did my 50s and 60s show when I was 20 years old at Cedar Point. And specifically, we chose a couple songs like Pretty Woman and Crying to do on that show all summer.
Right.
Because I had seen Roy Orbison on that, landmark special that he did back in 1987 or 88. And I just absolutely fell in love with Roy Orbison's music and rock and roll.
Sure.
So huge influence for me as well, aside from Elvis.
All right. Well, listen, I got to fly here, Ryan, but good luck this weekend. I hope you do well. I hope you win, and I hope you get to compete on the international level. And please tell me that the World Championship involves a belt of some sort, because Elvis was always known for his belts, right? Like a big wrestling belt.
It might involve a belt, but I think the grand prize is $25,000.
Well, then you can buy all the belts you want.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Well, congratulations and good luck to you. And I'll be following you on Facebook, and I hope you win.
Hey, thanks, Todd. I really appreciate it. And best of luck to you. And by the way, you're doing a great job on your show.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. There you go, folks. There's Ryan Roth. That is awesome. Yes. Dayton guy going to compete on the national level as a Elvis tribute artiste. That would be great. I mean, if he could pull that off, that would just be spectacular. It's almost like knowing Elvis. Maybe.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
The Storm Center 7 forecast isn't all that bad for Wednesday. A mix of sun and clouds with more clouds late in the day. We'll have a high of 70. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton's Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer.
Jeff, to answer your questions, we actually had roosters last night. So no roosters tonight. Zach, have a good night. Good luck to you. Yeah, Clinton, that's an excellent idea. Buttons! That's how I hear it, by the way. I don't hear it as buttons, buttons, like you're talking to a cat or a clown. I hear buttons, buttons. Turn off your darn buttons. I appreciate it, though. And I know the all caps are just to get my attention. Yeah, exactly. So I took it exactly the way you sent it, right, Leslie? You sent it with vigor. Oh, what did I get? I got the buffalo chicken pizza. I love the buffalo chicken pizza. No celery. Maybe get one of those Zap collars and give Leslie the remote, you know. They probably have them at the adult superstore. Little collar. Zzz. Oh, my.
Brace yourself for even warmer temperatures this week. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
And now for our devoted listeners, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, thanks for listening tonight to the Evening Edge. Don't forget, you can get the podcast of this show wherever you find your favorite podcast or at eveningedgetodd.com. And you can find the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Stitch. And don't forget to register to win the Evening Edge I Got Mooned Eclipse Party, sponsored by Frickers and Grismer Tire. You and 20 friends get to hang out on the front lawn of WHIO with the Evening Edge and watch the eclipse. Plus, you'll have it catered by Frickers. So have a terrific night. Oh, go to eveningedgetodd.com. Have a terrific night, and I'll talk tomorrow just after 5 o'clock.
That's it. I'm pulling the plug.
You know what? I'm done.
Well, is that it? Is that all?
Oh. That was fun.
Show's over, ladies.
Not bad, huh?
Well, you get an A for effort.
Good night, sweet prince. Peace out.